Imagine waking up to discover an extra of $4,800 in your bank account. Not a dream, not a scam, but a real government support that's changing lives across South Africa. Today, I'm breaking down the biggest news that's got pensioners talking: SASSA's game-changing grant boost for our senior citizens. Whether you're over 60, caring for someone who is, or planning for your future, this announcement could mean thousands of extra rands in your pocket. But here's the catch: not everyone qualifies, and there's a specific process you need to follow. I've spent days researching this development, talking to SASSA officials, and gathering real stories from pensioners who've already benefited. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal exactly how you can access this increased grant, the surprising new qualifying criteria, and the common mistakes that could cost you this opportunity. Before we dive deep into these life-changing details, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You might be wondering, why is SASSA suddenly increasing pension grants? Well, the answer lies in the government's response to the rising cost of living and their commitment to supporting our elderly population. The South African Social Security Agency has recognized that our seniors are particularly vulnerable to economic pressures, and this boost aims to provide meaningful relief. Let's address the biggest question on everyone's mind: how much exactly is this increase? The R4,800 boost isn't a one-time payment, it's structured to provide sustainable support throughout the year. This means eligible pensioners will receive an additional R400 monthly on top of their existing old age grant. This increase represents the most significant adjustment to pension payments in recent years. But here's what many people don't realize: this increase comes with new qualifying criteria. The traditional age requirement of 60 years and above still stands, but there are important changes to the means test thresholds. Single pensioners can now earn up to R7,800 per month or have assets worth up to R1,200,000, excluding their primary residence. For married applicants, the combined income threshold has been adjusted to R15,600 per month. Now, you might be asking yourself, what documents do I need to apply? This is crucial because incomplete applications are the #1 reason for delays and rejections. You'll need your South African ID, proof of residence, bank statements for the last 3 months, and if you're married, your spouse's details and financial information. For those who've never applied for a SASSA grant before, you'll also need to provide proof of any other income sources, including private pensions or rental income. Here's something that often surprises people: even if you were previously rejected for a pension grant, these new criteria might make you eligible now. The government has specifically expanded the qualifying thresholds to include more middle-income seniors who are struggling with rising living costs. Let's talk about the application process. SASSA has streamlined their procedures, offering both online and in-person application options. The online application portal has been upgraded to handle increased traffic, but there's a specific strategy to avoid common technical issues. Apply early in the morning or late in the evening when server traffic is lower, and always save your application reference number. For those who prefer applying in person, I've got important insider information. SASSA offices are typically less crowded on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and going early in the month can help you avoid the rush that comes with payment days. Always arrive early, preferably before 8 a.m., and bring a folder with all your documents properly organized. What about existing pensioners? If you're already receiving a SASSA pension grant, you might be wondering how this affects you. The good news is that current beneficiaries who meet the new criteria will automatically receive the increased amount. However, it's crucial to ensure your details are up to date in the SASSA system. Here's something vital that many people overlook: the appeal process. If your application is rejected, you have the right to appeal within 90 days. I've seen numerous cases where appeals were successful, especially when additional supporting documentation was provided. Don't give up if you believe you qualify, the appeal process is there for a reason. Let's address a common concern: will this increase affect my other benefits? The pension grant increase won't impact your eligibility for other SASSA grants or government support programs. In fact, it might open doors to additional benefits you weren't previously aware of. For those caring for elderly parents or relatives, this information is equally important. You can help your loved ones apply for this increased grant. But remember that the application must be made by the beneficiary or an officially appointed proxy. SASSA has specific requirements for proxy applications to prevent fraud. Speaking of fraud, let's talk about security. Unfortunately, whenever there's news about grant increases, scammers try to take advantage. Remember, SASSA will never ask for your PIN, password, or any payment to process your application. All official communications come through verified SASSA channels only. The timing of payments is another crucial aspect. New applicants should expect a processing time of 21 to 30 working days. Once approved, payments are made according to the last 3 digits of your ID number. Make sure you know your payment date and set up notifications with your bank. What about retrospective payments? If you qualify for the increase but haven't been receiving it, SASSA will back pay you from the date the new criteria came into effect. However, you need to follow up actively if you notice any discrepancies in your payments. Let's talk about banking arrangements. SASSA has partnerships with major banks to offer special accounts for grant recipients with reduced fees. It's worth comparing these options as they could save you money on transaction costs. Some banks even offer additional benefits like funeral coverage or savings accounts with preferential rates for pensioners. For those wondering about the future, this increase isn't a one-time adjustment. The government has committed to regular reviews of grant amounts to ensure they keep pace with inflation and living costs. However, it's still important to manage your money wisely and explore additional income opportunities where possible. Here's an often overlooked aspect: the grant increase can affect your tax situation. While most grant recipients fall below the tax threshold, those with additional income sources should consult with a tax professional to understand any implications. What about residents in rural areas? SASSA has made special provisions for accessibility, including mobile units that visit remote communities. Keep an eye on local announcements or check with your municipal office for schedules of these mobile services. For urban residents, SASSA has introduced new features at their offices, including priority queues for seniors over 75 and those with disabilities. Some offices now have digital self-service kiosks where you can check your application status or update your information without waiting in line. The impact of this increase goes beyond individual beneficiaries. It's estimated to inject millions into local economies, particularly in rural areas where pension grants are a significant source of household income. This creates a positive ripple effect, supporting local businesses and communities. As we wrap up this comprehensive guide to the new SASSA pension grant increase, let's review the key takeaways. The R4800 boost represents a significant step forward in supporting our senior citizens, but taking action is crucial. Whether you're a first-time applicant or an existing beneficiary, staying informed and following the correct procedures will ensure you don't miss out on this important financial support. Remember, this information can change lives, not just yours, but potentially those of your family members or friends who might qualify. Share this video with anyone you think could benefit from this knowledge. Together, we can ensure that every eligible senior citizen gets the support they deserve. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to stay updated on all SASSA-related news and financial opportunities. Hit the notification bell to be first in line for future updates. Drop your questions in the comments below. I read and respond to as many as I can. Let's build a community where we help each other thrive financially. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.